Good morning, everyone. I'm going to give everybody about 60 seconds to get on here and get started. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. I took 37 hours off. I don't do that very often. I literally didn't pick up my phone since 10 o'clock Saturday. I cooked a lot of bad food and ate a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have ate. And now today is the first day of the True Transformation. So now I'm back to my intermittent fasting. But I made some really good lobster macaroni and cheese and biscuits and gravy. And so now I'm having black coffee. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Dana. I haven't seen you in a long time. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning, Lori. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So it is Monday, the 6th day of the new decade. So I hope everybody's been promoting the True Transformation. I think today is the last day. I believe it either starts today or it's the last day to register. Probably both. And then we have our combo with the free renew. And for those of you who do not know, they've also added the patch up matchup to that because the patch up matchup combo is $145. And if you add the vibrant patches to the combo, it's $155. So they've actually added that to the special. So if you have somebody that wants to order the patch up matchup, they also get the free box to renew if they're on auto ship. And next month they'll get the free bag of heart and hydration. And the third month they'll get the free trial. Also, any of your current customers who have never made a commission, so they couldn't have ever made $1, also can get that special by calling into customer service and having the SKU changed on their auto ship for this month, and they'll get a free box renew. But there's a special SKU, and I'll try to find it while I'm on this call with you guys and give it to you, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I have it wrote down in my book somewhere. So just those couple of things for you guys that maybe didn't know that. And for you, if you don't know what the link is to the True Transformation, you can, it's truevisionhealth.com/True Transformation. Now you can also put like my ID number is my username. And so when I send it to a new customer, I put that hasn't ordered, if they want more information on it, I actually put my username in the front of that so that if they want to order and they click order, that new shopping cart is kind of linked to that. So I make sure that I send it with my username so that they don't end up on the orphan tree, which happened a lot over the weekend. So that's just a couple of tips. So I know that it's 10 o'clock and I usually do this much earlier. So for a lot of people, they've probably already gotten up and done most of their tasks for the day. If you're on my team and you've done your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're probably going to be a little bored. But I am going to, and part of this call you've already seen. So good morning, everyone. You've already seen. So don't get too bored with me today. But first thing we're going to do is birthdays. We're going to go tell everybody happy birthday. If you've already done that, you guys can just start typing done. And then if I see that a lot of people have done it, I'm just going to go on to the next thing. But what we do is we reach out to everybody that has birthdays today and just wish them a happy birthday. Don't try to sell them anything. It's their birthday. They're not trying to buy anything. But oftentimes, the reason I do this is because, you know, some people aren't very good at follow-up or following up with people that they've added to the group or whatever. And so on their birthday, that might be the first time they've talked to them in a long time. Good morning, Lori, that they've talked to them in a long time. So if they've done it right from the beginning and people know what you're doing, when you wish them happy birthday, they're going to see that message. So oftentimes I'll get a response back that they'll say, oh, hey, listen, I was interested in this True Vision, or whatever. So that's one of the reasons that we do birthdays. And it's just a nice thing to do, to go tell people happy birthday. So something else that I do on people's birthday, is I go look on their page. So when I look and see whose birthday it is today, I go look on their page. And if they haven't posted anything on their page for 6 months, I unfriend them. If they haven't posted anything on Facebook in 6 months, I can promise you they are not seeing any of my posts. I have very close to 5,000 friends. So I need to keep my page open for people who are interested in seeing what I have to post and who are wanting to see the things that I'm posting. And if I have a bunch of people on there that aren't posting on Facebook and they're not on Facebook, they aren't seeing my stuff with the way that Facebook works now. The people who see your stuff are the people that you interact with the most, or depending on how much info or how much activity you have on a post. So for instance, I made a post the other day and I had people messaging me from that post that I hadn't talked to in a long time, but it had over 108 comments on it. And so the more comments you get on your post, the more Facebook sends that out and for other people to see. So that's why I do that. I also go into my memories and all the people that, you know, at the very bottom, they have this friended, you know, you've been friends with this person for so long or whatever. I send them a happy friendiversary message, but I do the same thing. I go look on their page, and if they haven't posted anything on Facebook in 6 months, I unfriend them. I had somebody tell me yesterday that she can't keep growing her business because she doesn't have any room for any more friends, but everybody on her Facebook are associates pretty much. So associates that are not on your team do not help you grow your business, and they can follow you. So I told her, you have to get rid of some of these people. You cannot grow your business if you can't even accept friend requests, right? So you want to make sure that the people you are friends with, so it's not about the number of friends you have, it's about the quantity of the friends you have, and if they're interacting with your post and they're seeing the post that you're making. Because if they're not seeing your post and you're not interacting with them because they're not on Facebook, you're gonna have a really hard time with the new Facebook algorithm that's getting ready to come out for sure. They are releasing a new Facebook algorithm pretty soon, and it's not very nice. Somebody, so hold on. There we go. All right, so the next thing that I want you guys to do is today we're going to talk about the 10 tips for power prospecting, and I'm not going to get through all 10 of them. If I did, I would have to talk super, super fast, and I don't want to do that. So I'll get scheduled next week, and I'll do 5 this week and 5 next week. But the next thing that I want you guys to do really quick, and this is something that I do almost every day to get new people in front of me, and that's why you have to have room on your friends list, is I will go to my friends page that interact with me. I'm not associates. So don't go to some associates page, okay? Because you don't want to friend their friends' friends, right? So one of your prospects. So go to your prospects page, go look through what they post, find something that interests you, find some comments on there by their other friends, and I find something, I go look at their page and find something, maybe I like the way their hair is, or maybe I like the picture of their kids or the picture of their dog or whatever it is. And I send them a friend request. I send them a message telling them that they're friends with we have a mutual friend, Dana, and that I really liked her comment, and I love making new friends on Facebook, and I would love for us to be friends, okay? So I do that. I friend about 5 to 10 people a day that way by going to my prospects page. And listen, I do not spam them with True Vision today. I don't do any of that. All I do is send them a friend request, give them a compliment, and tell them I'd like to be friends, okay? So it is a great way for you guys that don't like posting in yard sale groups or in interest groups. That is a really great way to make new friends on Facebook. And you're utilizing, so I call all of my prospects connectors. So they might not be interested in True Vision right now, but I keep them because they comment on my page, they interact on my posts, they interact in my group. And they're good connectors, especially my friends that have like more than 500 friends on their Facebook, right? And our goal in network marketing is always to be bringing in new leads and being connected to new people, but it doesn't mean that you want to like smack them upside the head right away with True Vision. If you're doing Facebook stories or posting about what you do on Facebook, they're eventually going to see it. And if they're interested, they'll let you know. So that's something I want all of you guys to go do right now. I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 or about maybe 5 minutes. So it's 10:12. So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to go onto your prospects pages and do like 3 to 5 friend requests. And then you can write this down and do it later as well. But sometimes when we do it right now and we take action right when we learn something or right when we're doing something, it's much better. So again, I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to go do that. And then as soon as that's done, I'm going to start this presentation on the 10 tips for power prospecting.
That's right. My friends are good company with things.
I'm going to give you guys about 3 more minutes. Listen, go lay down. Amelia will take you out in a minute. So you got about 1 minute left. Oh, I guess my cousin got married. Okay. Okay, great. So that's something I do every single solitary day. Again, I do it to make sure that I'm keeping fresh eyes on my page. I'm getting fresh new leads every day. You know, we have way more than weight loss, and that's why we should be promoting more than just our weight loss products, because we have a lot of stuff that can really, really help people, but we have to let them know that we have it. And the lighting in here is really terrible. If we don't let them know that we have that, then they don't know that we have it. And so we want to make sure that we're letting people know what we have. So get in the habit of doing that, and you're going to really start to get more people interested in your products. So prospecting is super, super important. It's what, you know, it doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you've been doing this a long time, like some of us on here. It can be scary. It can still be scary even after doing it for a long time. But it's what we have to do to build our business. Prospecting and networking is our job, and it's what we do for a living. So you should always, always be prospecting and networking, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whatever platforms that you use to do that. And when you're out and about, there's also avenues outside of social media that allow you to network and prospect. So we're going to talk about how to keep it fresh and fun and do that. And today, like I said, I'm going to do the 5 tips today, and then I'll do 5 tips on it next week. I'm trying to get this lighting better. It's just like really terrible in my kitchen because of where my, whoops, where the sun hits my, oh well. Anyway, so most people are really afraid of approaching new people, but just adding people to the group is not good enough. Yes, you're going to add people, and yes, they're going to see a testimony that maybe they like or don't like, and they or like, and they'll message you and say that they're interested. But you could be waiting days, weeks, months, years. I mean, literally last week I signed somebody up that I put on the page 4 years ago. So, I mean, you know, but if I'd only added maybe 20 or 30 people, who has 4 years to wait to start building their business? Nobody's going to sit around for 4 years waiting to do that, right? I even reach out to them 72 hours after adding them to the group and ask them, you know, if they've had a chance to look around, do they have any questions? What did they like best about the group? So my follow-up is really good, and I really try to follow up with every one of my potentials every 100 days. So it's just something I really, I write everything down in this book. I write down everybody I talk to. So like in January, I went back to my last year's calendar book and I opened it and I started on January 1 and I made sure that every single person that I talked to on January 1st last year that I had followed up with in the last 6 months. And if I hadn't, I reached out to them and wished them a happy new year. And I think out of all of those people, there was only maybe a handful of people that I hadn't reached out to. And I also unfriended some people that weren't active on Facebook and things like that. So not everybody does that. And if you want to be really, really good at network marketing, one of the things that you really, really got to get good at, 3 things, is prospecting, network, and follow up. The more you prospect, reach out, and communicate, the better you will get at doing it, and it'll become second nature to you. The more that you communicate with people, the more they're going to start talking about themselves, because they're going to know, like, and trust you. And the more they do that, the more ammunition you have to find out what their problems are and become their problem solver, right? And we do that through communicating with people. I think that some of these top tips will really help you, you know, be very successful in your business this year, and get more people signed up. And these are things that you can implement right now. You know, that's one of the things that's so important. You know, we do a lot of training. There is, I'm going to say 300 and, well, I'm going to say, let's see, I'll tell you exactly how many. There is about 250 power hours on the YouTube channel. So I think we just celebrated 1 year of doing Power Hour. Actually, it came up on my memories. So there's tons and tons of information for you to use to get training. There's tons of training stuff. There's tons of network marketers on Facebook who do training. But here's the thing. If you don't go implement the training and take action on the training you learned, nothing's going to happen. So if you're just traininitis, and you always need more training, there's only so much you can know, right? And there's only so much you can do. So if you're not implementing the stuff that you're learning, chances are that nothing's going to happen, and you're just going to be on this revolving wheel of training. So these are things that you can implement right now. You know, first of all, power prospecting and networking normally comes down to you not wanting to do it because of the no factor, and people don't like to be told no. So first, I want you to take the pressure off of you. I use my coffee analogy a lot. Because one, it's simple, and it's the truth. If you've ever been a waitress or a waiter or ever worked in the service industry, you get told no a lot. You know, so if I'm walking by a table and I ask them if they want a cup of coffee and they tell me no, I don't go put the pot down and go cry in the bathroom because they told me no, right? I just move on to the next person. And it's the same thing with network marketing, because no, so if somebody says no to a cup of coffee, maybe they drink coffee, but maybe they only drink 1 cup of coffee and they drank it when they got up that morning before they came to the restaurant. Maybe they don't drink coffee yet. I've met people in this business that didn't drink coffee and now they do drink coffee, right? So no doesn't mean no forever. No means no right now. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they aren't ready. Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they don't have enough information. Maybe it's just not the right time for them. So what they just keep pouring the coffee to the people that say yes, right? So we want to keep going until we get somebody that says yes. And eventually they will say that. So they have this little analogy in network marketing that, you know, for every 9 no's, you get 1 yes. Well, you might get 19 no's before you get 2 yeses. So you might get 2 yeses back to back. You're going to get no's, and it's okay. You cannot take that personal. It's not about you. It's about them. Okay. They're not, again, they're not ready. They don't have enough information. They don't have the money. They don't think they need it, whatever. But the more that you communicate with them and the more that you know about them, the more you're going to be able to problem solve for them. So, you know, maybe they say no right now, but in a couple of weeks, you see where they talk about that, you know, they're in a lot of pain all the time and they don't know what to do and they don't want to take pain medication or whatever. We have a couple of products that you could, you know, reach out to them and tell them about. So again, people aren't saying no to you or rejecting you. And that's a lot of times where people in network marketing really shrivel up and die, is because the fear of rejection is, and it's human nature, right? None of us want to be rejected and none of us want to feel like people are telling us no because they don't like us, or because, you know, lots of different reasons, right? But really it's not, they're not rejecting you. It's not a personal reaction, it's a personal preference. So especially when it comes to the business side, starting a business isn't for everyone. This is a lot of work. It can be super stressful. It can be very time consuming, whether you're doing it 2 hours a day or doing it 18 hours a day or 20 hours a week. So losing weight and getting healthier might not be somebody else's priority, or might not be someone's priority right now. So again, just don't take it personal. The good news is if you start sharing and if you start prospecting for new customers, kind of like we did this morning by going to your potentials pages and getting, you know, sending out 2 or 3 friend requests to people that you were interested in, you're going to get new customers, new distributors, and everyone can plug into your business. So you might be thinking like, wait a minute, you just said it's not for everyone. So how can everyone plug into my business? So earlier I talked about connectors. So everyone is going to be one of, there's 3 C's and everyone can be one of them. They can either be a customer, a coach or consultant or associate, whatever you want to call them, or distributor, or they can be a connector. So whatever, those are the really important people, the connectors, right? If at the very least, they know what you do, they can connect you to somebody else. And this is where always asking for a referral comes in. They say, no, great, I understand this might not be for you right now, but do you know anyone who would be interested or may benefit from this? If you do, can you please refer them to me? Connectors are super, super important. I have people that have never bought from me, but they still refer people to me. My sister happens to be one of those people. She doesn't believe in this. She doesn't believe in the I mean, you know, she's always talking about it's snake oil and this and this and that, and she won't take it, and she needs it. Yeah, like she needs the product bad for lots of different reasons, right? But she's constantly referring people to me. So even though she won't buy it from me, she still is a connector, and she has a huge network of people. So she is constantly sending people to me that is, you know, that want to buy my product or might be interested. I mean, she'll even like tell them to send me a friend request and to send me a message so that I know that she referred them. So if you have not been asking for referrals, make sure you're asking for them, because again, those people are connectors. So write this down. Everyone is a C. There's 3 of them. There's the consumer, the coach, and the connector. And you're going to hear me say coach a lot. Some of us leaders have talked, and we really feel like that when you say coach, that it's like more professional than an associate or something like that, because we really should be coaching our customers and clients on, you know, taking the product, having success, helping them know what to eat, teaching them how to make a shake or whatever. So you're going to hear me use that. And when I say coach, I mean associate, distributor, that thing. So and the connector might eventually say yes, right? So they're just always really good to have. So remember, even if they're not buying right now from you, connectors are super, super important. One of the things that I do, because we hear so much, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I have a little referral program, whereas if they refer 5 people to me, they get, you know, something, 2 trials or 2 trials and a sleeve will renew or something like that, right? So you guys can set up your own referral program, or you can tell them if they refer 7 people to you that you get that purchase, they can get a 30-day combo or whatever you want your referral program to be. People really like it. They don't feel like they're really working that hard. They actually feel like they're getting something for free, even though they're doing you a favor and connecting you with these people that may or may not be interested. You just have to make sure that if you do that, you let people know what the expectation is. So if the expectation is, so if they buy 5, if somebody refers 5 people to me that purchase a trial, I give them a trial. If somebody refers 5 people to me that buy a combo, I give them a combo, okay? So sometimes you have to invest in your business a little bit. And if one person sends me 5 people to buy a combo, I have 5 new people that I have in my organization. I can maybe get one of them to start sharing with their friends and being a connector. And you just see how that kind of works with that connector. Like one person sent me 5 people, and out of those 5 people, one person can connect me to 5 more people. So there's lots of things you can do for people that say they don't have the money. to do it, because you can have a referral program. You can, you know, and you can make the number whatever you want. You can tell them it has to be 10 people to get a combo, and it has to be 7 people to get a trial, whatever you feel comfortable doing, or whatever you feel comfortable investing back into your business. I also ask my connectors if they'll make a post for me. People love helping people. When people on Facebook are your friends, you know, people think that, you know, they don't think that. People are your friends, right? And friends like to help their friends. So if you say, hey, will you do me a favor? They'll say yes. So I will have them make a post for me on their page. You know, Kaylee's looking for, you know, 5 to 10 people who are looking to lose weight or to join her on her journey, or there's a transformation challenge and she's looking for 5 to 10 people who would want to get healthy at the beginning of the year, and maybe with a before and after. And that's something you can use with your connectors. And you can also use that with your current customers that really don't want to work the business. Have told you they're not really interested in working the business, but you can say, listen, I love your testimony. You have amazing results. Would you do me a favor and post on your wall and connect me with some of your friends that maybe would be interested, even though you aren't interested in doing the business? I would really like to help your friends and family as well. Would you mind? And I send them exactly what to post, because a lot of times that's why people won't do the business, or they won't do something because they don't know what to do. And when people don't know what to do, they don't do anything. So let's talk about how you can constantly keep your funnel full of prospects. So remember, if everyone knows what you do, they can at least connect through being a consumer, a coach, or a connector. Connectors are really good at helping you spread the news. And you're going to hear me talk about this a lot, because I really believe that it's the connectors in our life that bring us the most people into our life, outside of posting in yard sale groups and things like that. And because the connector is there and they're connecting you with their friend, and I always have them connect me in Messenger with their friend, because that shows the new person that their friend knows, likes, and trusts you, so they can know, like, and trust you as well, right? So I always have them connect me in Messenger and introduce me to who I am and why they're connecting us and things like that. So, a goal that I keep, and I kind of talked about this in the beginning, 5 new reach outs a day. And when I say 5 new reach outs a day, this does not mean reaching out to the same people over and over and over. This means every day I try to get 5 fresh new people that don't know who I am and don't know what I do connected to me somehow, either through a connector, a current customer, going into interest groups. I mean, I'll go into an interest group and post a picture of myself and say, I love making new friends. I love fishing. So I'm in a lot of fishing groups. I love fishing. I love making new friends. If you'd like to make new friends on Facebook, comment below. And then I send them a friend request. So somehow every single day, I try to get 5 new, fresh people connected to me. I don't try to sell them True Vision. I don't try to sell them the business. All I want is to make friends. So, you know, there's lots of different ways to do that, right? So one of them I just told you, which is going into interest groups and posting a picture and saying, I love making new friends and I want to make friends with you guys. If you guys are interested in making new friends, comment below. Once they comment, I go look on their page, see something I like so that I can give them a compliment, or, you know, or lead it into a conversation. You have really cute kids. How old are they? Okay. You have really nice hair. Where do you get your hair cut at? Like, whatever. So because people love to receive compliments and people love to talk about themselves, so you always want to turn it into a conversation. So where do you get those people? So first of all, for those of you who already have customers in your business, y'all need to be reaching out to them, not just a follow up on the product. You need to reach out to them and ask them, do you know people that this product could help? I know that you told me you weren't interested in working the business, but I really want to help people that you know because I've helped you. Can you help connect me with some of these people? Okay, so that's one way to get new people. Why wouldn't they want to earn the product for free? So if you can get somebody to refer you 5 people a month or 6 people a month, and you're putting them, signing them up with their link or helping them, teaching them how to just sign up 5 or 6 people, why would they not want to get their product for free? I think sometimes we overwhelm people in the beginning with so much information on being a distributor that they're like, forget it. That is too much for me. literally just say, here, go make some posts, and that's it. Like, connect me to your friends and I'll help you and I'll tell you what to say. And if I see, or they tell me that they really want to delve in more and they really want to do more with this business, then I'll take them into cold market and I'll take them into this and I'll teach them more. But in the beginning, I just want to help them get their product for free. And the easiest way to do that is for them to go post on their page and in their stories what it is that they have to offer, what it's done for them. And if they're not interested, maybe they're just interested in getting a couple of shakes from you to try, or 5 shakes from you, or a box of Renew, or whatever. And so always stay in touch with your prospects and get them to help you connect to more people every day. When they share their results and their excitement, their friends and family that are currently on their page, regardless if they're doing it on Instagram or they're doing it here, when they see that, these are their friends that they already know and have a relationship with. So their friends are going to reach out to them, and usually they don't know what to say, so they don't do anything. But if you're there to help them and guide them, and you say, listen, if anybody reaches out to you, put me in a 3-way with them, and I'll help you answer all of their questions. Just show your excitement and tell them what the product's done for you, and I'll do the rest. And through doing that, I'll be able to show you how easy it is, right? So I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but this business, again, isn't for everyone, but everyone can help you get connected to someone else. So if you're connecting with 5 people every day, you're going to see your business grow. So even if you only did it 5 days a week, that's 25 people a week. So how many people on here would like to have 25 new friends by the end of the week? Right? I mean, the more friends you have, but again, if you're friends with 999 associates and you only have 8 spots left on your friends list, guess what? You're not going to connect with 25 new people because you got 999,000 True Vision associates that aren't helping your business, right? Because they already buying True Vision. They can't buy True Vision from you. So you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be rude. Hey, listen, I love your face, but I need you to follow me because I am really close to maxing out my friends list, and I need those friends vacancies open because I'm going to really run hard the next 90 days. And I need to be able to friend 25 people a week. So if you're going to do that for 90 days, that's 100 people. That's 300 people. So you need 300 spots available. Well, I can tell you right now, I do not have 300 spots available on my friends list, right? So that's why I'm constantly unfriending people that aren't active on Facebook, because if they're not active on Facebook, they're not interested in my product because they're not even seeing anything about my product, right? So this would be very beneficial for those of you who really have a hard time posting in yard sale groups, or you feel like yard sale groups don't work anymore, which is not true. They do. I still have many people on my team, that, including myself, that post in yard sale groups. And, it's not like it used to be back in the day when I would make a post and have 100 friend requests. I mean, and that really did used to happen. Right, Allie? Right, Shanda? I mean, literally. But Facebook has changed so much, but they do still work. And if you're consistently posting in 3 groups a day, and every single day, you might not get any hits, Monday and Tuesday, but then all of a sudden Thursday, you get 50 friend requests, right? So you have to consistently do something every single day. You can't do it on Monday and not get anything and say, oh, well, that doesn't work, and then don't do it anymore, right? I mean, I might post something on my page one day, and on my personal page, and only get 3 comments, and I might post something tomorrow and get 150 comments. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what's happening, what people are doing. Later at night sometimes is better, especially, during the winter, people are working and all of that stuff, getting the kids home from school and all of that. So it's really just finding your own time, but I promise you, they do still work. We have numerous people working this business because they were customers first. A lot of us started and we bought the package with 5 trials because we knew we could sell 5 trials to make our money back, but we really had no intentions of maybe, doing the business full time or becoming a 6-figure earner or whatever. But the more that we realized that it was easy and that we could do that, the more we delved in and the more work we did and things like that. So, always remember that when you're starting new people, it's super simple to just teach them how to get their product for free. And then maybe later they're going to want to make more money. If you have somebody that says, God, this seems so expensive. Now, they're not saying they don't have the money. They're just saying, God, this seems so expensive. You know, that's a great time to talk to them and say, hey, listen, we have this package. If you know 5 friends that would want to join you on this journey, you can get this package and make all your money back, and your product would be free. I know that Allie started that way. Stacy Donner started that way. A lot of people, Ashley Bradley started that way. Shanda Barnes started that way. A lot of people on this call actually started with the, which they don't have those 2 kits anymore, but a Take 5 or a Take 10, and they sold the trials just to make their money back. They had really no, they didn't know that they'd be making a ton of money later. They didn't know they'd have huge organizations later. They didn't know that they would become great leaders later. All they wanted was their product for free. And again, I think sometimes when we're talking to these new people to get them to try to join our business, we just completely overwhelm them with so much information and go do this and this and this and this and this and send miles and miles of information. And trust me, I'm saying this because I used to do it, okay? I don't do that anymore. I like, here, just go make this post and let's see who in your network would be interested in joining you, right? Do you know anybody off the top of your head, 5 people that you could reach out to? You know, everybody has 2 or 3 friends that they'll just do it just because they're your friend, right? Like you'll like, you know, I have my friend I can call her and be like, you better do this or I'll break your arm. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'll take you to dinner. Just sign up because I need 1 more person. Or, I mean, I wouldn't really tell my friend I'd break her arm. Well, maybe I would. But I'm just saying, everybody has 1 or 2 or 3 friends that will do it just because they're their friend, right? They'll spend $80 just because their friend said, please do this for me, right? I mean, I know that if I ran out of gas on the side of the road somewhere, I could call Shanda and it wouldn't matter where it was. She would come, Barney would come get me off the side of the road, right? I know that if I started in a new business, now let's not get any rumors started. I'm not starting a new business. I'm just using this as an example. I could call Shanda and say, please just do it for me. And she would do it, right? And so everybody has 1 or 2 or 3, maybe even 3 to 5 of their friends. Tell those people that. It's okay to say to them, listen, all of us have 2 or 3 friends that would do this just because they're our good friend. So who of your good friends would you love to do this business with or love to do this product with? So you guys can do it together. And right now is a really good time to talk about that because of the true transformation starting, right? So that was number 1, and that's why it's going to take me 2 calls because it's already 10:40, and that took me like 20 minutes to just talk about number 1. But anyway, number 2, revisit past prospects or even past consumers, okay? Tell them why the time is now. We're always launching something new with True Vision, whether it's a new product, new comp plan, new tools, stronger leadership, you know, reach back out to them. I know that before wasn't the time for you, or for some reason you stopped consuming the product. Now, hopefully you maybe know why they stopped consuming the product. So that's a good thing to know. And if you're doing your follow-ups and staying in contact with your customers, you should know why they stopped taking the product. But there's always something new happening. Again, like I said, new products, new comp plan, the true transformation, new tools, stronger leadership. So always revisit past products and past consumers and see if it's like, tell them now is the time to come back. And if there isn't a reason, make up a reason. Okay, there's all kinds of reasons. Make up a reason. You know, we have this new tool that I've never shown you before because you weren't here anymore, but I really think that you would love it, and I think it would make your business easier. We have this new spice, and I think you'd really love it. We have this true transformation. I'd really love you to join it with me. Anybody that buys this week from me gets a free trial. Whatever it is, make up a reason to reach out to these people. Never take people off your list unless they die. Even if they were a past consumer and they stopped buying from you, I never take anybody off my list, ever, never, unless they die or unless they unfriend me or whatever. But then I don't take them off my list because I don't half the time know they unfriended me anyway, right? Because Facebook doesn't send you a little message and says, you know, Sally unfriended you. Today, for instance, reach out to prospects. I know the timing wasn't right before, but if there is ever another time to take a look, the time is now. So I know the timing wasn't right before, but if there is ever a time to take a look, the timing is now. You know, the 8-week challenge is getting ready to start. They get a free box or a new. If they stay on Smart Ship, they get a free bag of Heart and Hydration and a free trial the 3rd month. We're going to reward you for committing to 90 days. The timing couldn't be better. What can we do to get you started today? Okay, so I know before wasn't the time, but if there is ever another time to take a look, now is the time. Right? So they're like, oh, well, why is now the time? You know what I mean? So they want that information, okay? Or to try new products X, Y, and Z. Something that many of us failed at the last few weeks was reaching out to those people on auto ship and having them purchase the special instead. So in December, and sorry, I did this training for my team like 2 weeks ago, so I was still talking about December. But one of the things that I know, especially in my organization, I can't talk about anybody else's organization. In December, they had that free bag of Tru Fix for every single solitary person in the company. It didn't matter if you were a new customer, old customer, current customer, an associate, it didn't matter. Actually, I drink about 4 to 5 sticks of Tru Fix every single solitary day. And so I bought 4 of those specials, right? And now I got some extra product that I can use for referrals, that I can do contests with, whatever, but I drink a lot of Tru Fix, and so now I got extra because it was free, right? But what we really failed at was messaging every single solitary person on auto ship and telling them to get that changed so that they could get a free bag of Tru Fix. So how many of you guys left future money on the table in December? Because you didn't reach out to those people who maybe would have got the Tru Fix and absolutely loved it and then started adding it to their order. So nobody needs to raise their hand. I'm not here to call anybody out. I'm just giving you an example of where we can get better at things. So anytime that there's a special, we need to reach out even to the current people. They don't always know. And just because you posted it on your wall doesn't mean they saw it. Hey, Alicia, I don't know if you saw my post or not, but I wanted to let you know that we have a great special this month. I love that you're a current customer. I think you'd really like this. We get a free bag of Tru Fix. You just need to text into corporate and let them know you'd like this month's special to change your auto ship to that, right? I mean, that's how easy it was. So how many, I mean, and I just want you to write that down in your own, I mean, I just want you to think about that yourself. How much money, how much future money did you leave laying on the table in December because you failed to reach out or didn't think about it? And I don't mean that in a bad way. We don't just think about that, right? Because we just automatically assume like they're a customer, they probably know, but they don't. Yes, corporate sends out an email, but I'm going to tell you, like I have about, I mean, I could tell you if I looked at my phone, I have like 326, for all you OCD people, I have like 326,000 unread emails. I don't read all that stuff. I don't have time to read all that stuff. Ask Shanda. Like I'm constantly like, oh my God, I got to scroll through. Like I'm waiting for an email right now. And so I just go in and I search for the person's name because I'm waiting for that email to come and I know I need that email, right? So for my meeting on the 17th and 18th here in Crystal River, Florida. So if you're close to Crystal River, Florida, we're having an opportunity meeting on Saturday, the 18th at 6 o'clock. We're going to have an experience center open with an opportunity meeting to follow. So again, if you're close to Crystal River, Florida, Elisa Coward and I are going to be doing it. Corporate's going to be here. Derek Bailey, Sean Gibson, Kiva, and Travis. Yeah, Travis. So anyway, so use, find some reason to message potential current customers, previous potentials, previous customers. You can always find something to talk to them about and use that as an excuse to drip on people, okay? So number 3, going through your contacts. So here's a challenge for you. I want you to open your cell phone, and not right now, like after the call, and I want you to go through all of your contacts, A through Z, the same thing on Facebook. And ask yourself, have I really reached out to all of these people? So they can either become a consumer, a coach, or a connector, right? But if they don't know what you're doing, they can't be any of those. hey, Shanda, I know that we haven't talked in a long time, but I've been doing this great business and I just really want people to know what I do. Do you think we could have a chance to maybe talk later this week or next week? Or if you live close, could we go and get some coffee? It's on me, whatever. Can we go have a cold beer and eat some crab legs, whatever it is? Because if people don't know what you do, they can't be a connector, right? So I challenge you to go through your phone. You know, people tell me all the time, I talk to everybody I know. And I'm like, really, open your phone, scroll through it. And I'll just put my finger on it and say, did you talk to that person? They're like, no. Right, then you haven't talked to everybody you know. If they're in your phone, you know them somehow, right? So ask yourself, have I really reached out to these people? Have I asked them for referrals? Have I created my own referral reward system so that when they say, and sometimes I do cash, it depends. Maybe they don't, you know, maybe I say, I'll give you, you know, send me some referrals and I'll give you a $25 gas card, right? And sometimes if they don't even buy, but I'll just say, if you send me 10 referrals, I'll give you a $25 gift card, right? Because those people might not buy now, but now I've got 5 or 20 or 10 or however many people, they send me fresh new eyes on my business, my products, and on me. And that's what this business is really all about, right? Is getting new people to have their eyes on you, your product, and your business, right? Have I asked them who they know that the business would be great for? Who do you know that the products would be great for? Go through your phone, go through your Facebook, use the memory jogger. If you don't know what that is, you can Google memory jogger, but that kind of helps you know who to reach out to. You know, when I start a new person and they say they're really interested in this business, I challenge them to write down 200 names. And I give them the memory jogger to help them do that. Why 200 names? Because the average funeral has 200 people at it. Right? So most people know 200 people, even if they think they don't know. And I'm going to tell you guys how you might not think you know 200 people, but how you do really know 200 people. The question isn't, do we know people? The question is, are we willing to reach out to them? Okay, the question is not, do we know people? It is, are we willing to reach out to them? I love this quote I heard the other day, and I actually wrote it down, and I have it by my bed, and I have it in the bathroom, and I have it by my coffee pot. Your willing to has to be greater than your wanting to. So what you're willing to do has to be more, it has to be greater than what you want to do. Do I really want to reach out to all these people? No. Am I scared? Yes. But I'm willing to do it because I know it's going to help my business. So your willing to has to be greater than your wanting to, okay? When I hear people say, I don't want to bug my friends, you're not bugging them unless you're bugging them. Just because you reach out to them and tell them what you do and ask them for referrals and do they know anybody that might be interested in a business like this or products like this, that's not bugging them. You're just reaching out to them. Now, if you're reaching out to the same person every single day and bugging them and come on, please join my business, please buy product from me, blah, 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 on, and every time you talk to them or every time you're together, all you're doing is spewing the business all over them, then that you're bugging them, right? But if you're not doing that, then you're not bugging them, you're helping them. Maybe maybe they need something they didn't even know they needed till you told them about this, right? Just because you posted on Facebook, not everybody in your phone's on Facebook. I can promise you that. And I got millions of contacts in my phone, seriously. I take everybody's name and phone number down, right? So it's all about your approach. I don't bug people. I share something that I believe people have a need for. Now, they might not need it now. They might not even know they need it. They might need it later. I had somebody message me last week and say, I was just diagnosed with diabetes. So when I reached out to her 4 years ago, she didn't need our products, but she's been watching me for 4 years. She's been reading all these posts. She's been seeing all these testimonials. Now, 2 weeks ago, she was diagnosed with diabetes. They want to put her on metformin. She read somewhere metformin causes cancer. Cancer runs in her family. She doesn't want to take metformin, so she thinks Tru will help her. She's skinny as a rail. She doesn't need, but she said, well, maybe I could use the energy. Is it going to make me not eat? But she bought the combo anyway. You know what I mean? So she didn't need it. It wasn't her time 4 years ago, right? And it wasn't her time up until she was diagnosed with diabetes. And then she needed our product. And so she reached out to me, right? Whatever it's the product, whether it's the products to provide transformational results or the opportunity to get them time and financial freedom, I actually see this as a gift. So and that's how I look at it. When I'm reaching out to somebody and I feel scared, I say to myself, I'm giving them a gift. I'm either going to give them the gift of transformational results, or I'm going to give them the gift of time and financial freedom. And maybe they're not ready to accept that gift right now. That's fine, but do you know anybody else that would like this gift? Can you introduce me to them? Excite and invite. So once I get them excited, you know, when I reach out to somebody and I get them excited, I either invite them to my customer page, or I invite them to an opportunity meeting, or I invite them to my business presentation video, or I invite them to a longer phone call so that I can go over things with them. I have them pull up my website. I go through the products with them. I tell them what they do, how they can help them. Whatever. So once you have them excited, make sure that you're inviting them to get more information, right? Lifestyle networking. So this is number 4, and it's really hard for people. But some people are super shy. And if that's you and you would rather die than walk up to someone, I am going to give you $1 million tip that's going to be a total game changer. I have yet to die. And so people think just because I talk a lot that I'm not shy, but I really am kind of shy. I don't like to go places where I don't know people. I don't like to walk into rooms where I feel like I don't know a lot of people. And it's more about being insecure than it is probably being shy. But like when I go on a plane, I used to like put my headphones in. I didn't want nobody talking to me. I would sit down. Shanda's phoned me 1,000,000 times. I literally put my headphones in. I don't want nobody talking to me. Don't touch me with your germy hands. None of that. Now I make sure that I talk to the person for a little bit. I don't give them a whole lot of information, but at the end, about 10 minutes before that plane's about to land, I always thank them for talking to me. I always find out where they live, and I say, I love meeting new people in places that I one day want to travel to, so that I have somebody connect with. Can we please connect on Facebook, or can I get your information? I always do that now. I've met some really, really great people. You know, so a lot of us can't just walk up to someone and start talking to them, or messaging someone, but you know, what's the worst that they're going to say? No. Remember, it's a personal preference, not a personal rejection. So even if they say no, that's okay, right? Pouring a cup of coffee. No, you don't want any? Okay, great. See you later. But I made a shift in my mindset that totally changed lifestyle networking for me. I used to make it all about me. I work for True Vision. This has done this for me. I want you on my team. I want you to take my products. Well, I would always have to tell them all about that, right? Well, now I don't make it about me, because when you make it about you, the rejection becomes personal, right? If you make it all about you and your business and your products, the rejection becomes about you. But when I made a mind shift and made it about them, tiny, their interest, not yours. So I always keep that in the back of my mind. So this little acronym, tiny, their interest, not yours, it changed everything, right? So instead of making it about me and my business and my products, I made a goal just to make new friends. It's not about my products. It's not about my business. It's about making new friends, so that the next time I want to do some follow-ups, or I want to do some relationship marketing, or I want to get some referrals, I have new friends that I can go talk to, right? They maybe see it on my page and reach out to me, but all I did was make a new friend, right? Give compliments and ask questions. The number one thing people like to talk about is themselves. And if it is so easy to ask questions, therefore it is easy to get them to talk about themselves. So if you start with a compliment, oh, cute bag, then flip it to a question. Where'd you get it? Oh, you have a nice haircut. Who cut your hair? Oh, your kids are so cute. How old are they? Right? They're going to start talking. They'll tell you all kinds of stuff. Okay. Start engaging in good conversations, and good conversations is always connected to a lot of questions. What if your business never comes up in the conversation? That's okay. This is where you pull out your smartphone after you're done talking to them and say, hey, are you on Facebook? I love connecting with new people. I really enjoyed our conversation today. I'd really love to connect with you on Facebook. So let's say you're standing in the grocery store line, right? And you turn around and this lady has a great bag, okay? Oh, nice bag. Where'd you get it? blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I love that store. Oh, I'm going to have to go there and check that out. And then the next thing you know, you guys are talking back and forth, right? Well, you're about to get through the checkout line and you just pull out your smartphone. That's why it's called a smartphone, because we really don't use it to talk on it, not for real. You pull it out and say, hey, listen, I really enjoyed our conversation. I love that bag. I love meeting new people. Are you on Facebook? Because I'd love to connect with you. Like very few people say no, unless they're not on Facebook. They don't care. It's a Facebook person, right? Like, you know, so they'll say, yes, you connect with them on Facebook. And then next week or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or whenever, they see some posts, they see your stories, they maybe reach out and ask you what's going on. If not, and then when I do that, if I meet somebody like that and I friend them on Facebook, I always send them a message thanking them for accepting my friend request. It was great talking to you. So I'll give you guys a perfect example, and then I'm going to have to remember that I was on number 4, and I'll get with Allie and I'll finish up. Power hour, finish here. Right before I left in December, I took my kids to New York for Christmas. And right before I went to New York, me and Bev and Christina all went to the mall because I needed some winter clothes, because I moved here from Wisconsin. So I didn't have any New York clothes to wear to New York, right? So, because we don't need those kind of clothes in Florida. I mean, even though we might own like a pair of boots and a scarf, like you don't really have winter clothes here, right? So I went shopping, and so we were in this store, and I brought up I was going to New York next week, and the cashier said, oh, really? Me too. I love New York. I go every year. And I'm like, oh, wow. I said, when do you leave? She goes, on Friday. I'm like, oh, me too. I said, what time does your plane leave? She was like, oh, 11:20. I'm like, oh, mine too. Well, we ended up being on the same flight. Okay. Now I was sitting in first class and she was not, but we ended up talking that day. I pulled out my cell phone. We connected on Facebook. She sent me a bunch of stuff to go do while we were in New York. She said, hey, let's try to get together while we're there and maybe have dinner or something. That didn't happen, but she did message me several times while I was in New York to see what we had done that day. What did I like? Was I loving it? She told me what she did. Okay, couple days ago, I don't know what day I did my training call, I think on Friday. On Thursday, she ordered a combo. I had never mentioned my business to her. I had never talked to her about True Vision. I never told her what I did, but I do stories every 20 hours. I post on my Facebook page. I talked about the True Transformation. Megan C., who's my level 4, was the last 2019 winner. So I had actually posted that on my page. So this Megan girl had saw it. She reached out to me. She was like, I'm tired of being fat. Do you think this will help me? That's exactly what she said. I said, it helps everybody that stays committed and consistent. Right? So she ended up buying. I never talked to her. So guys, that is great ways. That's lifestyle networking, right? So that is great ways to get people in front of you. Thank you guys all for joining. I hope that I was able to teach you something. Have a great week. Bye. Talk to you later. How do I do that? Okay.